Hi, Thomas from Field Tennis. If you spent any time learning tennis online or on court with the coach, then surely you've heard of a term, unit turn. The reason why we use the term unit turn is to prevent players to do a backswing just with their arm. Sometimes this tends to happen because we hold the racket in the arm and then we just want to use the arm to hit the ball. And so in order to teach the players to use more of their body when they're preparing for the stroke, so forehand, backhand, even one-handed backhand, we're talking about a unit turn. Now what happens when players are instructed unit turn is that two common mistakes can happen, and today I want to show you these two mistakes and how to correct them. The first mistake that players do when they're instructed to use a unit turn is that they think that the unit is from toe to head. And so they think their whole body together with the legs is a unit, and so when they turn, they think this is a unit turn. So what they're doing is they are stepping back. So everything is turning from my foot to my head, everything is turning. And so that's not good, because you are now transferring weight backwards, and now you will have to fight your own momentum to hit the ball forwards, to transfer weight forward again. So when you're doing a unit turn, do not think that you have to turn completely and do a step back. Instead, you are turning just the body. And that's why today I'm wearing a very flashy shirt, because I want to show you what the unit is. The unit is this flashy orangey thing. That's the unit that you want to turn. So when I'm about to do a unit turn, I turn only my torso, my trunk. That's the unit. So the unit is here from my waist to my shoulders. That is the unit that I want to turn. I do not want to move my leg backward, because I will go immediately from the ball and now I have to go against the ball. So I'm fighting myself. So if I show you from the side, the incorrect unit turn would be like back, forward, back, forward. But instead what we want to do is we want to just turn, and in this case we didn't lose balance. In fact, we can also feel forward at the same time. You see I'm slightly leaning forward. So I turn and step, if we're talking about a neutral stance. So I'm doing a unit turn and step. The same is also true, of course, for one-handed and two-handed backhand. So if I do for one-handed backhand first, I don't want to do a unit turn like this, where I'm also stepping back. So then I will have to fight my own momentum to transfer weight forward again. So the unit turn is just this, and then forward. And if I'm playing a two-handed backhand, then the same applies. So I don't want to do a unit turn like this, where everything is turning, but I'm just turning the unit from here to here. So I turn, I transfer weight, and then I step forward. The second mistake that players do when they are doing a unit turn is that together with their shoulders, they also turn their head. They turn their head too much, and then they're looking at the ball just mostly with one eye. So their head is to the side, while the ball is still there, the ball is still coming. So we have to do a unit turn pretty quickly, because after that we have to move around and adjust if necessary. So that's the first thing we do. And what happens many times is that together with the shoulders, because shoulders turn, the head also turns. And then players are looking at the ball with one eye well, but with the other eye not so well. And if you're looking at the ball like this, you cannot judge depth very well. In order to judge depth, to see the ball in 3 dimensions, we need to point both eyes at the ball. So when we turn, we must not turn the head. The head turns very little because we want to keep both eyes on the incoming ball, and only when the ball comes here close to me, then I will turn my head towards it. So that's a very common mistake, and it happens quite automatically, quite naturally, because normally we are not used to turning shoulders and not turning the head. So it just tends to happen that when people turn their shoulders to the side, they also turn their head. Then I'll show you a couple of pictures of the pros, and you will see how flexible they are. You have to be quite flexible in the neck to turn the body a lot and maintain your face or your eyes position forward. I practice that myself in front of the mirror. The best way to practice that is to do it in front of the mirror, and you just look yourself in the eyes and try to do a few turns, and you will see that your head will tend to do this. So what you must try and do is you keep looking in your eyes and turn your body and try to turn your head as little as possible. So whether one-handed backhand, and you just turn, you don't step yet, you just turn and you practice that you see your shoulders have turned 90 degrees, but your head almost has not turned. Again, if your head is turning, you will not judge the ball well. You will not see it well in 3 dimensions. You will see the ball, but you will not judge depth well. So it's very important that you don't turn the head. So what does it mean to make the unit turn right? It means that when you are turning, you are just turning your body, your trunk, your torso. You are not moving back your leg, and you're not turning your head. So this would be, if you do like this, that's a double mistake on the unit turn. You're moving your head backwards and you're moving your foot backwards. Instead, you must not move your leg and you must not move your head. So it's just something in between that's turning, just this flashy orangey shirt. That's a unit turn, that's a unit turn, and that's a unit turn. And after that, we step forward, or we go like this, and maybe then we have to adjust. But that initial position, that initial loading or coiling, has to be done the right way if you want to hit a stable and effortless shot.